I'm so glad I'm retired. I'm glad I done started I'm so glad I'm out the league. That's all I got to say. Because I'm telling you, that's the blind leading the blind.
Kendrick.
No, I'm saying, I don't know. I'm glad
Kyrie Irving is a smart guy.
Kyrie Irving has been making some headlines lately for comments he made regarding the NBA's return. As the headlines read, Kyrie Irving calls for players to skip NBA's return. Kyrie Irving, the disruptor. And as social media does, a lot of people went at Kyrie. Why? Because Kyrie to many people is now viewed as a drama queen. After he forced himself out of Cleveland, to promising he'd play in Boston and then leaving in free agency, to making comments about the Brooklyn Nets needing more.
I mean, it's transparent, it's out there, you know, it's glaring in terms of the pieces that we need in order for us to be at that next level.
Kyrie Irving to a large group of people is viewed as a self-centered drama queen. And his call to potentially cancel the NBA season just fueled the fire. Aw man, here comes the drama queen once again. Kyrie's so dumb. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's being fake woke. But here's the truth. Most of y'all just read the headlines. Most of y'all didn't actually take the time to read the article. So let's go ahead and do some class reading. A week ago, the NBPA held a conference call regarding the return of the NBA season. This meeting mostly involved the people at the top of the NBPA, the vice presidents, and the reps of some of the NBA teams. And as a vice president of this organization, Kyrie Irving mostly asked about the logistics of staying in Orlando. Could he cheer for his teammates? Can he use the facilities? What type of services will be provided in terms of food? So at the end of the call, they held a vote for the restart of the season. One of the voters was Kyrie, as again he's one of the 7 vice presidents of the NBPA, and they all voted unanimously 28-0 for the NBA's return. However, on Friday night, Kyrie led another conference call including 80 to 100 NBA players regarding the concerns about the NBA's plan for return. Now, for those of you who don't know, aside from the NBPA president Chris Paul, there are 7 vice presidents and the secretary and treasurer. In addition to that, each NBA team also has a representative. So if it was just the representatives and the people at the top, the call only would have been at most 40 players. But Kyrie led a call consisting of some say 80, some say 100 players. And the reason Kyrie had this call was to give all NBA players a platform to speak. Because there are a decent amount of players who are concerned with the NBA's plan of return. From the protesting situation to COVID reasons, family concerns, money reasons, race wasn't the only thing talked about, but it was mentioned. And all Kyrie was doing his job as a vice president of the NBPA. You know, being a representative for all NBA players. And all he wanted to do was provide a platform where everyone can voice their thoughts on everything going on. And mind you, Kyrie is not the only one concerned with the NBA's return. Carmelo Anthony, Donovan Mitchell, Dwight Howard, CJ McCollum were also reported to have concerns. And according to Chris Haynes, this is what Kyrie said. If it's worth the risk to play, then let's go and do it. But if you're not with it, it's okay too. We've got options for both ways. Let's just come to a middle ground as a family. And honestly, given the social climate, I thought y'all would have commended Kyrie for giving his peers a platform to speak on when they wouldn't, and they didn't last week when it was just the higher up people and the representatives talking about everything. But I know y'all clicked on this video for the title. And here's the truth as to why everyone hates Kyrie. The reason everyone is mad at Kyrie is because y'all want your sports back. Y'all want your entertainment back. Y'all are bored. Y'all want your favorite team to win. Y'all want things to be normal again, which is honestly understandable. You don't think I want the NBA back? Of course I do. But the problem is, y'all care more about your entertainment than the lives of the people creating the entertainment and the goods that you want. Y'all are mad at a vice president of the National Basketball Players Association because he's concerned about the health and well-being of the players that go out there and play. Of a person who's concerned about the staff members, such as the coaches, who are more at risk for the virus than the players. Y'all are mad at a vice president of the NBPA for being a representative of his people and speaking out for those who are concerned about the plans of return. What's wrong with being more critical instead of just being a yes man? But another thing I notice is a double standard in the conversations.
Oh, and LeBron and Kevin, you're great players, but no one voted for you. Millions elected Trump to be their coach. So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
What did y'all say when LeBron spoke about the racial injustices in the country? Y'all agreed that NBA players are more than just basketball players. Laura Ingraham was viewed as a clown for telling LeBron to shut up and dribble. But here we are, and we have Kyrie, an NBA player, one of the most popular ones in the world, wanting to use his platform to speak on racial injustices and the complications that the NBA returning might have on that cause. And what are y'all telling him to do? Shut up. You're not even playing, Kyrie. Shut up. I just want my basketball back. Everyone needs it. I need it. It's been a year, and we just want our NBA back. If I'm being honest, when I read these tweets, y'all just sound so selfish. It's insane. But you know what the difference is between what Kyrie and LeBron did? When LeBron did it, it didn't affect you. He said what he said, but he still played. NBA games didn't stop. You still got to watch basketball. When Cap kneeled, it didn't affect you. NFL games didn't stop. You still got to watch your entertainment. And now that Kyrie has even ever so slightly affected the chance of you getting to sit back on your couch and watching him and his colleagues play, now he's the bad guy. Now he's the one in the wrong. Look, I understand that the correlation between the NBA coming back and racial tensions isn't a strong one, and I personally don't believe that the NBA coming back will affect the ability of players to spread their message. As LeBron James reportedly thinks, players can use this opportunity to be on a bigger platform, to get eyeballs on their cause. I understand that the NBA coming back or not is not the answer for the bigger issues. The NBA is not the answer to racism. But the truth is, Kyrie just wanted to be a voice for the players who aren't so keen to the idea of the NBA coming back. Kyrie was just doing his job as the VP of the NBPA. Kyrie just wanted to look more at the consequences of the NBA returning and be more realistic about everything instead of just thinking everything's going to be fine and dandy. The call spoke on not just the racial issues, but the vast amount of issues and complications that come with the NBA's return. And in all likelihood, at the end of the day, the NBA is still probably going to come back. Nothing's going to get canceled. Again, he just wanted to bring up the concerns that some players had with the plan that might not have been heard last week because the call only consisted of the higher ups and team representatives. The truth is, y'all just hate Kyrie because it's cool. Let's just call a spade a spade.
According to Adrian Wojnarowski, 40 to 50 players have expressed concern about entering the Orlando bubble and how restrictive it's going to be. So the NBA and the union are close to a deal that would allow invited players to stay home. The players wouldn't get paid, but they wouldn't be penalized either.
Let's just keep it a buck. Links in the description for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it a buck. When the NBA comes back, we're all going to watch it, obviously. Something is better than nothing. I am interested myself. But the product that the NBA is going to shell out there is suspect. It is. Players are going to be forced to stay in Orlando for damn near 3 months. And I can't believe people aren't talking about this enough, but there's going to be no fans at all. When you watch an NBA game, I understand you're not watching it for Joe Smith in Section 31, Row 5. But the fans create the atmosphere of a game. When players go out on the court, they go out to perform. It's the difference between a scrimmage and a game. Y'all know how weird it's going to be when LeBron dunks and he's just yelling at a cameraman and that's it? Would he even celebrate in the first place? Or are players just going to play like it's a scrimmage and not really have any emotion? How will free throws be without a crowd? How will celebrations be without a crowd? Like, is it just me that thinks about this stuff? And then on top of it, we're going to have players be extremely rusty because they haven't played for 4 months. And on top of that, the return to Orlando is an invite, meaning that players who don't want to go down don't have to. Now, I'm not sure to what degree, but teams will probably be missing players as well. So just to summarize, let me get this straight. We're going to watch rusty basketball with no fans whatsoever. And some players won't even be there because they don't want to for a vast amount of reasons. Just to, at the end of the day, crown a champion representative of the 2019-2020 NBA season. Again, considering all of that, as Kyrie is saying, as Kyrie is just asking, is that worth the risk? If it is, then let's do it. But if not, there are other options. And all Kyrie wanted to do was have a discussion. Keyword, a discussion, including as many players involved in that very problem. But no, he's just selfish, right? Link in the description for the podcast. Check out these 2 videos if you haven't already. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.